doing tonight? Yeah, I like that. My name is Masashi Inuano. I am the Festival and Exhibitions Director for the Center for Asian American Media. I want to welcome you all to the 29th Annual San Francisco International Asian American Film Festival. Yay. So we have some very special guests here for you guys tonight.
Hello, my name is Tran. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Wong, and I'm really excited to be here. I haven't been to the festival in years, so it's really exciting to be here, and thank you so much for having me.
Hi, hello. I'm Anisha Nagarajan, and this is my first time here as well. I'm super thrilled.
How did you initially get started with to be here? I mean, how did you take that path of to be a performer, to be a comedian, or to be an actress, or which hats, or what hats are you wearing?
I wear a lot of hats. But I kind of just fell into performing. I guess I'm normally like a very shy person who I get really nervous when I have to perform, and it took me a long time to be able to do, I wasn't like a class clown when I was little, or I didn't have a bully who beat me up, so then I had to make up jokes to make her stop beating me. I didn't have to do any of that. But in school, I really liked to write funny stories. So I guess that's how I started doing comedy. And I remember in the 3rd grade, one time the teacher asked us she would have us write stories every month or something like that, and she only gave us one piece of paper. So, and if you wanted to get another piece of paper, you have to walk up to her desk and get more, So I just learned how to write really small, so I wouldn't have to do that. So I just wrote really small, but I remember the very first script I wrote, actually, in the 3rd grade, and it was about these, teddy bears, and the teddy bear number 1 said, "Hey, do you want to have a party?" And then teddy bear number 2 said, "Okay, sure." And then teddy bear number 1 just said, "Okay, let's do it." And then it's they party and they have fun in the end. So I guess that's how I started.
And Ali?
Well, I went to this, I grew up in San Francisco, and I went to this super overachiever high school called University High School here, and it's everybody played the trombone and then ran 50 miles a day and was circumnavigated the universe at the same time. And for growing up, the only thing I was ever good at was making people laugh. And then, really, really good at. And then, after college, I just kind of decided to do stand-up comedy. And, actually, in college, I was in a theater group called LCC, and it's the longest-running Asian American collegiate theater group in the country. And so that helped me a lot, because when you're in a student group that writes and produces and directs all of its own material, then you learn what it takes to put on a good show and how to promote it. So I think that was really, really helpful for me. Randall Park, do you guys know who Randall Park is? He's in a bunch of, what commercials are you in now? He's in some bank commercial.
He's in a KY Jelly.
He's in a KY Jelly commercial.
Right, called Jelly? I love that. Did you eat jelly? That's what I did, so I'm trying to answer that.
He's known for spermicide. He's great. So he was in the theater group too, and so was Eddie Shin. And yeah, so I started off doing improv, and then after college I decided to do stand-up, and I just started going to open mics around the city and shitty laundromats where you know, there were like homeless dudes masturbating in the back, but that's where you cut your chops, you know? You can do that, you can do anything. And then after a while I realized, like, you know, in San Francisco, this place is great, you know, and I love starting here, but a lot of people say that people who, you know, live in New York have a lot of ambition and a lot of talent. And people who live in LA have a lot of ambition and no talent. And people who live in San Francisco go to Burning Man. It's a great town, but like in terms of, you know, like growing and everything, like I was like, I gotta move, and then I moved to New York about 3 years ago, and I just moved to LA 2 months ago, and that's what's been going on.
All right. And you, Anisha?
Yeah. So I grew up in Pittsburgh. And
Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow.
Steelers. I guess my parents always thought that I was a total ham, and if I watch my home videos growing up, there's always some ridiculous nonsense that I'm doing in a corner or I don't know. My one particular instance, I was watching a video when I went home recently because my mom gets very nostalgic when I go home now, and she'll say, oh, remember when this and remember when that, and so I went and got a video and I put it in, and I was watching it with my brother, and in this video my brother was maybe like not even a year old, and my dad is trying to get footage of him from doing things, rolling over, that kind of stuff. And, and I was singing a German nursery rhyme over and over, running in front of the camera until my dad had to kick me to get out of the way. He was like, shut up! It was really, and so I think that I've always kind of enjoyed being in the spotlight, even if people didn't want me to be there. And I definitely like making people laugh, so it's been really fun being on Outsourced, even though I'm playing a character that's extremely introverted when I'm actually not.